This isn't poetry. This is the only offering I can give freely. The best and worst of me in the utmost form, the only prayer that knows how to leave these lungs genuine and still make it to the only Father I've ever been able to rely on. This isn't a show. This is the only righteous act left in this twisted image of a lie, the only holy place left for me to worship in, the only temple that doesn't remind me of the wretchedness and these filthy rags I wear and daily try to sow self-confidence into. This isn't a performance. I'm not acting, not putting on a persona other than my own. The only life you will hear portrayed in these lines is the one I return to when the night ends and the curtain closes. Regardless of how you receive me between classes, I solemnly promise to only give you honesty at its ugliest, condensing chaos into cadence, delivering phrases just to give your drama its pause. This is not entertainment. For we do not rip ourselves open, tear ourselves apart, we do not rip ourselves open, tearing ourselves apart just to write our truths on the shreds so that you can leave here feeling better for never admitting your brokenness. We do not carve our progress on the carcasses of yesterday's problems just so that you can remark at how lovely the leather bindings on our biographies are. And we do not sacrifice our comfort zones just so that you can relax within these hallowed halls or sleep sweetly in your dormitory suites while we wish that insomnia wasn't our only faithful friend on lonely nights, because this isn't poetry. It hasn't been for quite some time now. What this is survival. Seeking an audience with similar minds in order to understand the kind of post-traumatic stress that comes from being attacked by a world at war with itself. This is God trying to save his sons and daughters who find it hard to hear the words of heaven unless first translated into the language of sinners. This is where black artists come to burn their brightest even when assaulted by the most suffocating forms of midnight. Here, we wage a life and death, wielding only our wits and an instrument as we slay demons, painting frescoes in the blood of our demons across notebook pages, armed with only the sword to slay the flesh, because we know that there's no rest for the weary who seek atonement. No rest for the weary that seek atonement.
Take your time.
1 second. Here we wage a life and death, slaughtering demons only armed with our wits and an instrument, painting frescoes across notebook pages because we know... Crap. I'm sorry. Got it. These are the songs of souls, dying for immortality, willing to write their requiems onto the apathetic eardrums of humanity. But let's be real. Y'all are here tonight because we promoted a poetry show. And we've all seen the movies before, so y'all probably expected Love Jones, with smooth brothers like me trying to rap jazz rhythms and funk rhythms to a young woman's blues, if only to leave Nina seeing red in regards to men who wield words without reverence. Or perhaps you expected a slam, staccatoed wordplay delivered behind a shining instrument, burning beneath stage lights as harsh and heartless as the eyes of a brand new audience, hungry for anything that looks like color to break the monotone they call existence, and thirsting for an atmosphere thick with blood, sweat, and tears just so their wayward spirits would finally recognize that this is home. Because this right here is bigger than poetry. This is bigger than anything that you expected. This is meant to be more than anything you anticipated, while encompassing everything you need to make it through another 6 days in hell's waiting room, where you wait for the world to change because society outside these walls seems bankrupt on compassion these days, where you wait for the answer to the question, is it ever really gonna get better, and how far away is my salvation? This right here was meant to be every bit as unexpected as that breakthrough arriving right before you unclench your grip from the cliff hanging over the edge of oblivion. This right here is a sanctuary. This stage is where I found my freedom, because this is more than just art and a place where souls find food for thought. We are all family here. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Cal.